Hey guys, what's up? It's Lizzy Jane, and we are back with the second edition of our Halloween special. And today, Chloe is joining me. We dressed up, we got all fancy, and it is absolutely pouring down snow outside. It's a pretty crazy Halloween weekend here in Denver, Colorado. Chloe is playing Temple Nightclub tonight. She's going to flip the club upside down. And I'm so glad we finally got to make this happen. She is out in LA, and we have just talked and followed each other's journeys for so long. And I always love having fellow female producers on the podcast. So let's hop into it. Let's hear about her project, where it's been, where it's going, and all the new things she's excited for. So without further ado, this is Lizzy Jane, and you are tuning in to our Halloween special with special guest Chloe. Hey guys, so lately I've seen a ton of larger shows I've been playing at that a lot of these festivals and venues are no longer allowing bags that are not clear. Well, guess what? Lunchbox Packs is coming in clutch again. They have just stepped up their anti-theft bags by releasing a fully clear hydration pack and snack pack. This is an absolute game changer for your summer festivals and events. Each bag is made out of TPU material that is incredibly durable, flexible, and made to not alter under extreme sun exposure over time. You also have the option to bring a skin in your bag on the way in, and once you're through that security line, you can zip on your skin for privacy of your belongings and to add some extra personalized fun flair. These hydration packs meet the majority of all festival regulations and guidelines. As always, these packs have all of the awesome anti-theft features as the original hydration and snack packs. Make sure you use code LizzyJane for $10 off any hydration pack and code LizzyJ for $5 off any snack pack. I will see you at the rave. The show today was brought to you by VitaPlur E-Boost Gum. With no pill to take or powders to mix, VitaPlur E-Boost Gum is a first-of-its-kind energy rave supplement that provides magnesium, electrolytes, and antioxidants while you chew. VitaPlur is the perfect complement to my active lifestyle, whether it's at the festival, on the road touring, or hitting the gym. Chew VitaPlur and dance with confidence. Use code LizzyJane for 10% off any order. Chloe, thanks so much for joining me on my Halloween episode today.
Girl, it was a rough ride here, but
it was a rough it was a rough ride, but you made it through the snow.
We made it
through the snow.
A lot of turbulence,
and you're finally here. You play in Denver tonight for Halloween weekend.
I'm so excited.
Since we last talked, I feel like a lot has happened. You've had new music come out. Last time we were together, you played the rooftop party when it was Denver summer peak time.
It was so hot too. So the fact that it's snowing out, I'm like, hello.
It came out of nowhere. Like 3 days ago, it was 60s and sunny.
That's literally Denver though. I feel like when I went to Boulder, it was like that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I always forget that you went to Boulder. And so crazy that it's kind of like you play here every once in a while now, but you really started your roots in Boulder. And oh my gosh, well, it's crazy because now I follow the Buffs, and the Buffs are like cranking now.
Are they good now? They were never good when I went there, so I'm like,
they're still not good, but they have like a promising future. It's the coach. I mean, did you ever think in Boulder that you would have like The Rock and Lil Wayne and all these people?
Literally no. And then the A-Craze just plays like
I know.
I was like, wait, why did that never happen when I went there?
Because the coach. It's because the coach. Because the Lonkies sucked. I should know this, and Wesley's gonna kill me. Do you know?
What's his real name though?
What's his real name? Look it up.
It's like Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Deion Sanders. I swear
I don't even watch football.
And I tried my absolute hardest, but it's been a learning curve. So yeah, Deion Sanders changed the game.
Yeah.
He left his school in Michigan, took all of his kids. They came here. He told all of the current football players to fuck off and find new schools, or they like weren't going to make the cut. And then he just rehabbed the team. But it's going to be a few years before they're like good.
Because people are going to want to go there too.
Yeah, people are going to want to go there. I mean, tickets are like, for games, they're like $300, $400. They're crazy.
Oh, period.
Furious.
So great.
Yeah,
Love
it's
that.
lovely. And I love the stadium.
The student ones?
Cute. What?
Are the student ones?
I'm
okay?
sure they're cheaper. They have to be cheaper.
Yeah, there's students. Okay.
But we've gone and it's been just so expensive. Like more expensive than the Broncos.
I was really only there for like one semester because I transferred, and then it was 2020 and COVID happened. So I basically finished college like online.
That's crazy.
So
COVID was wild.
yeah,
COVID was so crazy. And this is how you met like Disco Lines and like Goodfella and a lot of the guys that you kind of like run around and work out with now, since you guys are all across the way in LA.
Yeah, I think Thad was maybe like the only other kid at Boulder that really produced. That was like DJing parties. So it was like cool to find another like actual producer there. So that was cool.
And then remind me, like you came originally, you're from Texas, Austin, Texas, right?
Yeah, I'm from Houston, but my parents are in Austin. And then like I went to school in San Marcos. And then like I was jumping all over the place.
San Marcos is so cute.
Have you been in the Mark?
I played the Mark. Yeah.
You did?
I played the Mark.
I literally love that venue.
It's so cute. And like it was actually Halloween 2 years ago. I played Mark literally on October 31st. And it felt like you were in just like such a cute little Halloween town.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's so cute. And
it's really pretty too.
Tell me
where like the hill country starts.
Yep. Tell me about your kind of like progression of you like growing into Clo, because you definitely have like an interesting backstory where you DJ'd in Texas. I know you went to high school that was kind of very like all over the place.
Yeah.
And then Boulder and then LA. Like walk me through the timeline.
Yeah. It's been a journey. But I started like I really like had peak interest, or like I guess when I was in high school I started doing online school. And because I just like didn't like my high school, like I didn't really feel like I fit in.
Yeah.
And so I started online school, and then I was like, oh my God, I just finished like a year's worth of work in 2 months. Like, what do I do? Like I lived in the suburbs. Like I don't really have much to do. So I was just on YouTube all the time, watching videos and like vlogs. And I was obsessed with Martin Garrix's vlogs. And I was like, he's so cool and he's cute and I like his music and I want to be like him. But like, I don't know. And then I downloaded Logic and then obviously moved over to Ableton, thank God. But got like a little DJSB, and like I was like so ADHD. Well, now I know I have ADHD, but like I was like I was like, I'm too lazy to like watch this and learn. Like I'm just gonna figure it out myself. So I just DJ like the same Martin Garrix songs like over and over. It's like the same arrangement. And like eventually just like learn how to do it. And like production was kind of like very intimidating to me at the time. So I kind of like got into DJing more at first. But then when I started going to school in San Marcos, I really started to like get into like going to shows and stuff. So I slowly got into like actually taking it seriously, like DJing. And then like I got Ableton and like learned how to do shit in there. And I feel like I kind of started playing like more bars, like on like 36, then like it was all like heavy trap and like future bass, because I was like, I wasn't playing my own shit because I didn't have that much. So it was like I was just playing like whatever I thought was cool. So like a lot of Adventure Club, like that kind of thing. And then I transferred to Boulder and I continued to make like kind of future based stuff. And then COVID happened and I was kind of like, what am I doing? Like, I literally don't know what I'm doing. And then like I had gotten booked to play with Galantis at Red Rocks in 2020. And that got pushed to eventually 2022.
Yeah.
And I kind of like had this like brief moment of just like kind of like not really wanting to do music, like being like like I always have different ideas. Like it's literally like different month, different idea. Like I just like I'm always changing my mind about things. So like I kind of just like took a little hiatus and like figured out what I really wanted to do. And then I kind of just got into like making more housey stuff. Like the older I got, the more like I was like able to like making that kind of music was more fun to me. It didn't seem as like daunting and like overwhelming. It was just like fun. And so I got into that. And then by the time I played Red Rocks, I had like a bunch of new music set up and like ready to go. It was like literally the perfect timing, because if I would have played in 2020, like I had no idea what I was doing with my project then. And like it's still growing like since last year, but I feel like I kind of like wanted to just slow down and like really figure out what exactly I'm doing, because I'm like huge on like branding. Like I just want my brand to like make sense. And like I want it to be like a cohesive piece of art. Like I don't want it to just be like all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just starting to like really take my time and not rush things. And I know it's like important to put music out like all the time, but like personally, I just like don't work like that. And I
like that either.
yeah, I know. I'd rather put like a really great like piece of art together, like EP, whatever it is, and like only release stuff that like I really, really love still after hearing it like a million times. It's like
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I think in our lane too, I mean, branding is definitely important, like understanding what you want. And I think something that's happened, especially with my project, that I think has happened in a different lane with yours,
Yeah.
is when you first start, you definitely are experimenting and you're like, what am I gonna throw at the wall that I enjoy making?
Yeah.
And then maybe you make something because like the subgenre is like popping right now, or
Yeah.
it's doing really well. And you're like, can I make this? And like, will it pop off? And da-da-da. And then maybe you make something that you don't necessarily like. And you go, okay, well, I'm not gonna do that again, or I'm not gonna work on a collab under these circumstances, or I'm not gonna remix like this type of music anymore. But it's like each thing you like put out, it's always going to grab new fans and bring them in. But over time, it's hard as you're growing as an individual and learning what you want to do in your project, and also being like, here's a wrapped up package with a bow on top. And this is what Chloe represents.
Yeah.
And I think everybody goes through that. And that's why we've both seen so many people either start completely new projects when they really know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Or they like do a rebrand, or they come out with like an album, like a cohesive piece of art. And they're like, this is what represents me in the future of my project now. In addition to the shelf life of songs, because so many people in house, everything from house to dubstep, people just like release it almost as like mile markers as they're touring. Like I'm touring, so I'm just going to put out a song, and then 2 weeks later, like no one's listening to it. You see the streams drop off like that. Like it doesn't matter if like you see all these people get playlisted all the time, and like it definitely helps. But, thinking like looking at Spotify, it's kind of like if you're listening to Spotify and you're listening to the hype playlist, you're listening to, Creamy, or you're listening to whatever. Are you really going through there and saying, wow, I love this song. I'm going to discover this artist. I'm going to follow them. And I'm going to see where they're playing. I'm going to do this. Probably 1 out of 50 people actually. If that.
Because like I would like, just to add to that, like I feel like I've gotten really lucky with like the algorithm in my streams, and like that literally doesn't equate to like fans. And like that's what I've like realized, like, okay, Fred again. So I literally love him. I went to 2 of his shows.
Shine, right?
Yeah.
Was it good?
So
I've still never seen him live.
Well, I went the first night, and then I got invited the second night, like free ticket. Like my friends had a party bus. I'm like, honestly, I'll go again.
Yeah.
Like, it was an amazing production, like insane. But like I didn't even realize he started his project in 2020. And like it is the way it is just because it's like really simplistic branding. Like it's just who he is. And like it's like I think people also like that part about it. It's like very personal. And it's not like
it's not unobtainable. It's not like you're like David Guetta.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm never gonna have like a Ferrari on the top of a story building or whatever, and like live the same life as him. Like, Right Again's like whole deal is very simplistic, very relatable.
Yeah, and I feel like in all of his releases are albums. It's like different colors and stories, and like that's really cool to me. And I feel like I'm kind of like, I'm not over putting out singles, but I just feel like I have so many more ideas and like concepts I want to put into like one big project. And it's like hard to do that consistently with singles, like when like time is passing and like you're where you are in your life is like there's different places. Like I'm like in a completely different place that like than what I was like a year ago. So like I just like have like I'm way more inspired. Like I have so many more ideas, and like I just think, yeah, literally what you're saying. I don't know. I feel like Millennium like has a really good fan base too because
He does. It's more like vulnerable. It's everything to a higher level and a higher degree of investment, not only from like the artist angle, but where a fan can relate. It's really hard, I think, as a fan to go, wow, they just put out a single, I'm gonna play it a million times over and over.
Yeah.
I don't think that realistically happens. Like I just don't like. I get it, like Excision, Millennium, and those guys can release collabs and release singles. They'll do millions of plays, 100%. But that's like built on the grounds that they've already established their project on. Where, I mean, you and I see it in both of our lanes, and we exist in very different lanes of electronic music. Of the people who really, I mean, even now, it's like people put out EPs and they're like 3 songs. They're like, what, you know, and it's like, it's cool if you're taking singles and you're putting them together and then putting them out. But as far as creating something that's cohesive, it's hard to do that under like 30 minutes of music. It's just hard. Like a whole storyline, a journey. It's just like playing a DJ set. No, it's like formulating like what journey are you going to take them on? What are the peaks? What are the valleys? Where's the climactic point? Like, tell me about the story. And then, you know, allow fans to relate. And I think also releasing cohesive projects allows fans to be like, I really love this. Yeah, I love this, but I don't like this album. And that's okay. Yeah. Not everybody has to like everything, but at least you're giving fans more than like one single that they may think is like, okay, like to grab onto, to latch onto.
And people have such short attention spans because of our phones. It's like, I'm just like realizing, like literally since the last time we talked, like 2 months ago, like it's crazy. I just am like realizing that I have like so many like ideas too, like new music and ideas, and I'm like, I just need to make this like one thing because like a year ago I was not making this like style. Like it's like way more emotional, like slow, like Ben Bomer kind of like piano. It's like I like love listening to everything when I work on it. Like I don't get tired of it,
and you have to love
and it means a lot to me. Yeah. So like I'm just like realizing that's like definitely what I want to do. Like I've been wanting to do an EP, but I'm like, like, you know, but like this is like with what I've been making the past 2 months, I'm like, I'm for sure like I'm excited to put it all into like one project. And like I do have like a lot of collaborations I've been like working on with different people, and like those are cool. But like literally what you're saying, like for me, like I'm just like really more focused on like the creating like a piece of art. I don't know.
Yes. It's exciting. I mean, that's literally all I want to do. Like I'm here for the singles, but the singles are like segues to other things, or they're like, they're not just like throwaways. Like I've written so many, like, again, at the time it's not a throwaway track, but like looking back on it, it's like, is this really like what you wanted to put out, or did you make this because it was like hot at the second, or did you make this because somebody said you hadn't released music and you need to put music out? Like, did you just do that to like shut one person up and be like, here's a fucking single, like I guess we'll release it, and like it's not really gonna fully represent me? Taking time is so important. I mean, it's definitely different than the pop and hip hop world and rock world, where you can have an album and 5 years later you get another album. Like to conceptualize like how long some of still the biggest acts in the world take in between records is absolutely crazy. And I get it. Like I get it now. And and maybe, you know, that timetable has been sped up and like minimized a little bit, but still they're not saying, oh, new month, new single, new month, new single, new month, new single. And I get it. If you're touring and you're pushing off the momentum and you have that stuff prepared, like fucking run it. But you have to like be happy with what you're doing. Yeah. Or it's just going to make it like such a miserable experience. Yeah. Like liking what you listen to, it's really hard to make what you don't listen to. No. Because you're out of touch. And this happened to me with like dubstep and bass music. Like you're out of touch with like what everybody currently fucks with. Like you're maybe not staying up to date too much with like up and coming acts or like new techniques or this or that. And it's also a thing where I've definitely noticed from just friends of mine who aren't in music at all, they don't necessarily look at music in genres. trends. They look at music as like music. Like, because I was talking to somebody the other day and I was just like, oh, like G Jones is your favorite like bass act. And he was just like, no, he's not my favorite bass act. He just makes good music.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people look at it that way, where we get so like locked up in like the stutter house versus the melodic prog versus the this versus the that. And there are so few ravers and consumers that actually look at it that way.
No, literally, like, no one looks at it like that. Like, I don't know who tweeted, I think it was Elisa Villa. She was like, someone just like was saying, like, was talking shit that I used like a cashmere like snare or something. And she's like, I don't get it. Like, it's good. Like, no one else that's like not producing, like, no one knows that. Like, they just like it. Like, people don't think of it like that. And like, it was just like, I don't know, just to
like, don't fix what's like not broken. Like what? So you're supposed to make
like a snare,
pick and snare from scratch from a sine wave and like do all of the synthesis when you could literally, there's a million just kicks out there that you can bring in, and it's better to have a good kick because like that one producer that's going to talk shit literally hasn't done a single thing in his whole career.
Yeah,
like that's literally how it
goes. Stuck behind their desk.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I found the sample that Jack U used in, I can't remember what
Justin Bieber song.
A Justin Bieber song, and then that sample is literally on Spice, and it's the fucking melody of the whole song. Like,
yeah, but like no one. I mean, yeah, like
it's obviously has a fucking 16-bar loop, and I'm just like, okay, guys, like let's just throw that out the window.
I just am like, what? Like, you're saving yourself so much time by just using like your bread and butter, like.
Like, I use the same
percussion samples, like everything, like. Then if you're just like spending hours making your own, like bro, you could have made like 6 songs in the time you spent like making that original.
And the consumer doesn't care.
Yeah,
like the consumer literally,
they have no idea. They think dubstep is house. Like I went to Arkansas. They're like, yeah, we love house music. We love Millennium. We love like, I don't remember who they were like.
You played a college show there, right?
Oh yeah.
How was that?
It was good.
Yeah, the college market is something that I have not vastly been involved. I know it's a fun time.
I just realized I'm wearing this hat, and I just thought about how we're starting a casual conversation.
I know. It's great. It's our Halloween episode.
But yeah, I went to Arkansas, and I was excited. I'd played there before, but it was when I was doing like all my future bass trap stuff, like playing a lot of Earl Grime kind of stuff out. So that works really well. That's Southern frats. But like after going to Boulder and like playing at like Arizona and like places like that, like they really love house music. Like they love Chris Lake and like Fisher and like that kind of thing. It's like, okay, they have to know Fisher, like they have to know, you know, all this stuff. And they were just like I literally played John Summit and like no one was singing. And like me and the videographer were like belting. We're like, why do they not know? Like, but it was still fun. Like I just think it's like you definitely have to. I was reminded that Southern school, like what is it, Big 12 or no?
Yeah,
that's Western
it's like
schools. I don't know.
Now it's like the Big 20.
Yeah,
they opened up this whole league, but like it's like, you know, it's everything from Alabama to Florida State to UCF to Clemson to Georgia, like all those guys.
They want like rap for 80% of it.
They want to rage.
They want rap mixed with RL Grime, and then they want to cry to Millennium, and then they will like want me to put like they don't know like
what thing.
Like it doesn't matter if it's good, if they can like if it's like just heavy like 808s and just like insane, like that's all they want. They like literally just want to rage. But I had fun. I kind of got the vibe like halfway through, and then I played Travis Scott and they went feral, and it was great. But I personally don't really play a lot of Travis Scott myself. Yeah. I just had like played this like house party, and I played a lot of rap in LA, and so I luckily had like a bunch of new stuff. But
how's LA? How's the LA culture doing?
It's good. I feel like I'm like I kind of had to like reevaluate a lot of my not friendships, just like where I was like putting my energy and time, and like where I was going out to, like who I was like hanging out with, and like I've kind of like just retreated a little bit in that like I guess realm. Like I don't know. I went to a lot of the like parties I've been invited to like since I lived there. I don't think there's been like one party that I've like thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then I went to a Halloween party like 2 nights ago, and it was like all music people, a lot of people I knew. And that was really fun because like everyone's like kind of knows each other, and like no one's like it's not like influencers, or there's nothing wrong with influencers, but like there's like something about like a bunch of like TikTokers and YouTubers and like singers, not singers, but just like, I don't know. There's
it's like the
big
TikTok
ego.
culture.
There's a big ego. Like I went to
yeah, like paint me a picture. Like I just want to know.
Okay.
I've heard.
So I went to
from you, Sippy. Like I've heard so many different things of like what these LA
like
gatherings
honestly, if I'm being honest, like the cool people in LA, in my opinion, who I think is cool, are like artists that like literally they don't go out. They don't really have egos. Like you would never know they're like this sick artist. Like those are the cool people. Like the people that think they're like too good to talk to you. Like, okay, I went to a very well-known YouTuber's Halloween party last weekend. I'll tell you after. And I knew a bunch of people just like from like 2016, like this guy I used to date. So I knew like a bunch of people there. But like not people I really hang out with. Like no one's really in music. It's like TikTokers, like skaters, like
Do you meet like actors anymore?
No, I'm like, where are the actors? They're like, they're in Silver Lake, like having an IPA. Like, they're not like they don't go out, or they're like, yeah, I don't go out. I just listen to like European jazz, like or something. I don't know, but like, they're all like very particular and niche and like who they go out with. I feel like, but no, a lot of the things I feel like I get frequently invited to is like that kind of thing. So anyways, I went to a party like that, and I got there and I knew a couple people, and then like I was literally waiting in line for a drink, and there's this girl next to me and I recognize her from TikTok, and I was like, oh, she's so pretty, whatever. And her and her friend like cut me and my roommate, and she was like, really, girl, like we were here first. And they were like, oh my God. Like, and they're just like, they just like
do it.
I don't know how to. I mean, that happens everywhere, but it's like it's because they thought like, oh my God, I have like 3 million followers.
Yeah,
like,
so much better.
Who are you? Like, how'd you get in here? And it's like, girl, like, I know you're lonely. Like, come on, like, I know you're hurting inside. So.
I couldn't do it. I would get myself in trouble.
I
really would. Like, I get
a little
like,
too much.
I just
in me, and I do that.
I see it in some music people that are like, I would say like not like, I would say their goal probably isn't. Maybe it is to be.
Not to put out actual art. It's just to.
Yeah, like they move from like mansion to mansion, like throw these like crazy like.
I know you're talking about.
I'm not gonna say anything. But I just see it and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. But
I'm like, are you okay? Yeah. That's what I want to know.
I'm like, I could never conceptualize being in that environment and not being able to remove myself. Be like, okay, it's time to go home, it's time to work, like it's time to do stuff. Like, well,
I feel like even I like it's
how
really,
do you achieve your goals that way?
I don't know. It's really easy to get caught up and like once you like start hanging out with like really cool people that you like, it's like you start getting invited more. And then like I have like my friends that are like
friends all over
influencers, and then I have like my musician friends, like, and then I have like my DJ friends. There's like it's like a big like it's a weird difference, but like, and then I have my friends that are writers, and then like people who are just like they just like work like a normal night. They're not in the entertainment industry. Those are the funnest people, but on the West Side, that's where it's at. But I think you just kind of had to like retreat every once in a while. Like I saw this psychic to go at an event, and I've never like done tarot reading. Like I know about my sign and my Cancer, but like I don't know much about tarot. I'm like, yeah, okay. But she was like, draw a card, and like every single thing I was like, this is a beard. And then like she draw another one, and then like the last one, she's like, I'm not going to go into it because it was very like scary accurate, and I don't want to like expose myself. But the last card, she was like, okay, so this is actually a really good card. It was like 2 of Swords or something. She's like, it's the Jedi card. So basically you're an alien. You're not from this earth. And I was like, okay, valid. Like, I think it's time to like go home for a bit. I'm a little scared. But like what she was saying made sense. But she was like, you know, it's so silly, but like you're like a space girl. And I was like, huh? Like I'm so confused. Like I'll stick to the TikTok tarot readers that are telling me like, yeah, they'll say anything.
I know there will come a day where I'll fully experience it. Yeah, when I was out in LA last time, I was in Silver Lake the whole time. That was the only place
I like Silver Lake.
and it was like super
like
chill. We went to that's exactly what it reminded me of. It reminded
West
me of
Side
somewhere
is
in
like,
Brooklyn.
yeah.
Like somewhere chill. Like Eric Andre was in the back. Like there were a bunch
Oh my God,
of
that's so
actors
funny.
there, and we were just like chilling.
Friend.
Yeah, we were literally just chilling, and like it was just so like not superficial, not weird, not anything.
I didn't realize there were spiders.
Well, they're not real.
Well, no, I know. It still spooked me a little
I
bit.
know.
It was spooky.
You know, Colorado has a lot of spiders. That's something
Do we?
that I did not realize when I moved here. Not in the city, but like when the second you get out of the city,
Tarantulas, right?
maybe.
I think I just made that up. I don't know if they
Like
do have
big
them.
ones, like super scary ones. When we had a short time. Yeah, we had a short. Term
They have a lot in
lease.
California too.
Yeah, in like Northern California. Like I'm sure, like once you get out of the city, they're
Absolutely
massive.
not.
They would be like on my dog toys and stuff, and I'd be like freaking out. Like I would see it, and then
And your
I'd
dog's
be
like,
tripping.
oh my God, what is that?
Yeah. Oh my God, what is that? I'm like, okay, you'll die.
No, you're gonna die.
I'm like
back
throwing it
up.
on the wall. Like it's not great. And ever since we moved to the city, it's been good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like LA, it's like obviously a great place to meet other creatives. Like I don't doubt that at all. And like obviously tons of industry people work there across the board. I think more doors are potentially opened in the way of taking your skill set and working in other lanes, like doing work like
collab.
Yeah, collaborating with other
That's
people
what-
that aren't in EDM. Like I think
Yeah.
that's
I kind of like had to like recently ask myself like, okay, why do I live here?
Yeah.
Because like my management's here, the same manager, and like I have a lot of friends here, but like why am I utilizing like living here? I'm spending so much on rent, like, and so I just started like I'm not really like someone who's very comfortable in sessions because I'm not gonna lie, I literally work my best at 3 a.m. like curled up in my bed. Like that's low key like my process, unfortunately. So I'm trying to like get out of my comfort zone and like the collabs I've done before are just like were just stems like sent back and forth.
Yeah.
So like I really try to push myself out of my comfort zones, and I've been taking more like in-person sessions, and like even
because you're out there with everyone. It's different if you don't live by them.
Yeah.
If you live by them, like I do think it's one of those things where you are uncomfortable, but that means you're like growing.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. And I'm like, I don't like this. Like, I mean, actually that hasn't happened, but like if that were to happen, I'd be like, yeah, no, this is great. Like I like don't want to like it's like it's also like a confidence thing. And I think like being a girl, I feel like maybe you're used to this too, like being not belittled, but like feeling like that's like more of a possibility just because of like
It's
stigma, you know?
I feel like there's definitely a stigma. I've been in sessions where I've walked away and I've said to myself, does X artist really even make their own music? Because they had no idea what they were fucking doing. Or I've been in sessions where there's been somebody like right behind my shoulder and it's been like, oh, like I'll do this or I'll do that. I like when you set a timer. I've definitely been in sessions that's
like
a
good
round
idea.
robin. You set a timer and
It's
it's like 15 minutes and 15 minutes and 15 minutes and 15
Yeah.
minutes. But because of those experiences, I do definitely sometimes better work when stems are passed back and forth because
and if you need a second to think about it, and like what do I really like? Because like sometimes when it's something that's so far like left field from like what I'm doing, I'm like
it's a learning.
My brain is like this.
And how do I bring my sound to this sound?
Yeah,
and it still sound like me,
and I want them to like it too. Like obviously, I want to like it. I want my team to like it, but like I want to make sure they like it too. Because like sometimes like I'm not a very technical producer. Like I've been in sessions with people who are very technical, and I'm like, oh my God, like I like what you just did. Like I'm like, okay, like that was a lot.
There's
like,
a fine line though between being so technical that you're like throwing the music out the window.
Yeah,
like you're not producing for other producers. Like I think that's just something that really not pissed me off.
You're just like pulling your producer dick out.
Yeah, but pushed me away from dubstep. Now, if I was working with somebody like Virtual Riot, or I was working with some of like the Dons, I think I would feel different because they have such an extensive musical background that they're able to take their techniques and like still incorporate this music theory and still incorporate this musicality. But like 2 years ago, I wasn't at the level where I was working with the fucking virtual riot. So you're sitting there and, you know, it's like, oh, we're doing this subtractive EQing and we're EQing this way and we're processing this way. And it's like,
okay, that's different than what I do, but I get like that's fine. Like I'm used to just using my Q3 on everything, but like what the fuck is that plugin? Like there's people that like literally like this guy I just had a session with, like literally he was so cool. He literally had so many plugins. I was like,
they taking them.
I was like, where are the ones I even have? Like I can't even like. I was like, and it's kind of just like it's like a mind fuck because it's like, okay, now I'm working on somebody else's computer and like I feel like I just get like really overstimulated maybe, but like I'm like,
that's
okay, your mouse, it's the ADHD probably, but like the mouse speed's different, and I'm like stressed because like it's like tracking so much.
Setup is different.
And then like if it looks like the theme's different, I'm like, what the hell? Like where am I? I feel like I'm like, it's like I think it's just like I don't know.
You have that external pressure.
Yeah.
You have like the time, like you're not on your own timetable. But it does help you grow. It does help you grow.
No,
like
it's
if you try and push yourself through it, it will absolutely help you grow. But also, there's definitely sessions and people that are just like, it's not ideal.
Yeah, well, if there's somebody that like is way like works way faster than you do, and they just like want to get ideas down, whereas like, which I wish I could do that better. Like I wish I could just like get an idea down and then mix it. But like I like personally, I have to mix as I go.
mix as I go
because I'm like, if I hear one thing, like it could like ruin the whole idea for me if it's not mixed properly.
The mix is everything. I don't. To this day, I don't understand. And
how you can hear like millions of things. Like, oh yeah, this is fire.
Could have 54 tracks at 0 dB and be like, yeah, I hear the potential.
Like it's just like it's like redlining so bad. It's your computer speakers are broken.
It's just the way that like I just did not learn that way. I don't think I conceptualize sound that way, and I can't. The mix is everything. Like production, mix, and then I feel like mastering's like way down.
Yeah,
because like if the mix is shit, like your master isn't gonna do anything. The master's like the little cherry on top.
Yeah,
like you've already built Sunday. Here's the master.
Yeah,
like there you go. Yeah. There you go. Let's just put a saturator on it, make it a little bit louder, do whatever. But like if the samples are shit, if your sound design shit, if your production is shit,
everything doesn't make sense. Yeah,
nothing's gonna get better with like a good master engineer. Like and the way that people mix things can make things sound so different. Like I can mix project and you can mix project and it could sound like a completely different song.
Yeah, it's also really cool though. I will say, like working with people recently, like seeing like how they mix their bass lines and like I'm like, wait, this is sick. Like I would have never thought to
go to clobbering.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, this is cool. And then like just like learning about new plugins and just like even like sample like low key sample packs.
But I love learning about new plugins, especially coming up on Black Friday. Have the biggest sale of the year.
Oh my god, wait.
Yeah.
Stop, you're right. I need to wait.
It's coming, wait on everything.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way.
I just bought Synthplant. I should read it.
Oh, Synthplant too.
Have you used it?
Nope.
It's really cool.
I'm definitely gonna comment on Black Friday.
Beginning stages of AI, but like it's really cool. Like
whole AI thing.
Yeah. I'm kind of scared. Everyone's gonna be able to produce in like a year.
Everyone's gonna be able to do it.
But you still have
that's where the musical place comes in. It's just like crate digging. Like you're still gonna have to be able to like know how to make music.
Yeah.
And I will be curious. I think Spotify's already initiated it. There is some platform that already initiated an AI like detector kind of deal.
And where it detects like if it's made with AI.
Yeah. And I'm sure they'll be able to like over a certain percentage.
So
like, but I think for me, I would definitely use AI in sound design.
Yeah.
But like so many like VSTs and plugins,
they already
kind of are AI. Like they kind of already are AI.
Have you seen like Kyle Goodfella was showing me like Neutron? I don't even have it.
Oh, I have Neutron.
And I got Neutron 4. I was like, just do the AI because I was like,
yeah, the analyzer. It analyzes everything and it makes everything fucking better.
What the fuck?
I've had that on my drums since I begin producing because like my friend was just like, don't waste your fucking time. Like use the AI transient shaper. I use AI and Ozone. I do because it's just like, why would I make my drum harder?
I just feel like I like learned with like having like people in my ear like,
oh, you have to make your pick and you have to do that.
Shut up.
I remember when I was making it. I remember when I was
Shut the fuck up.
like bass
Be
flips.
for real. Be so fucking for real.
Literally.
I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta make my bed.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, for real.
I would put them up on SoundCloud and somebody would just be like, oh, this is this sample from this sample pack on Splice. Like, good for you, gold star.
Yeah.
Gold star. Gold star. Like, nobody
Okay. And it's good.
And it
people
honestly
like
just
it and they're
makes
streaming my
you look
music.
bad.
Well, and people like it.
Yeah.
You're
and
like, what did you
it.
want me to make a kick drum with like an audio recording I made or something? Like,
Dude, I know. It's definitely like, it's not like a mind fuck. It's just something that still happens. And the people who come for people who use samples and like use presets and use this, they're in for a fucking heart attack when AI comes out. Because this is about to be a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Once you can literally type or say or like make a noise with your voice and turn it into a sound, we're done.
My friend Kat was telling me her friend like started this plugin that's like you speak into you can make instruments out of your voice and like an AI detect or just like I'm like, huh?
Yep.
Like what? Like that's so sick.
It's like the dubstep karaoke.
Yeah. So yeah, they're in for it. It's also like I feel like people who hate on that also don't realize that like maybe like you're not like getting to where you want to be not because of the music. Like your music's obviously good. Like branding is really important. It's like most of it, to be honest.
It is.
Like, you know,
it
if
is.
you don't
Especially in the soul DJ world, like the EDM world.
There's so many people that can.
It's branding. It's so much. You either take the Fred again approach and you go, I am myself and I am me. And like what you get from me is what you would get from me if you met me on the street and I'm going to make the music I love to make.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have the emblem and you're going to have the jerseys and you're going to have
the jerseys go hard.
Yeah. The jerseys go hard. You're going to wear your shit on stage. Like you're going to have people
are always going to get you. Like it's never going to be like, that's what I'm trying to like hone in on is like, okay, what can make me like, because I feel like I put myself out there, but I'm just like, I always have different ideas. So
but I don't feel like you have to, but the hardest thing for me to conceptualize in that conversation is you look at other genres and people are just themselves.
Yeah, like how am I supposed to be myself?
Look at Toblo. Yeah. Look at Lady Gaga. Like there's a difference between creating a project and reinventing yourself and fitting yourself to match an album. Madonna, Cher, like all those guys. But it's not like, oh, you're in The Mask. I know it's you.
Yeah.
Like they don't.
I don't think I keep up that same like
forever.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like
always
get stagnant because it's so hard right now to survive as like an up and coming act and just like continue to grow. And so you see these people doing like, for lack of better words, like desperate branding attempts. And it's not like it's like cringe and like do you.
Yeah.
But it's also, are you doing this because this is what you always wanted to do for your brand? Or are you doing this because you're trying to get attention on your name?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. It's just hard for me because I've had managers that have been like, you need to put on a mask or we need to dye your hair this color or you need to do this. And like, because Rez does this or because Allison does this. And it's like, who the fuck are you? Like what the fuck? Like, I'm going to give you a loan and you're going to owe me 15% plus interest for the rest of your life. And we're going to get a creative director that's going to cost $60K for you. Like, no, like I don't need to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Hello.
My dad's so cute. He texted me the other day. He's like, randomly, literally out of nowhere. Cause I was like showing him like this new song I was working on because he called me about something. And he was like, hey, so like, I was thinking, don't you think it'd be like really cool if you like wore an outfit that like lit up on stage? Like, you know how Marshmello has his helmet and like, you know,
be like, I'm gonna be Gremlin, Lizzy Jean the Gremlin for the rest of my life.
For the rest, I go, you know, Dad, they do. That's like what production's for. Like that's what stage production's for. Like you could do a prison beam. Like that would be sick. I don't know. Do you know who Dimension is?
Yeah.
I met him through my old manager Logan. He's like my best friend.
I love him.
And I met him, sweetest kid ever.
Yeah.
Or I guess he's not a kid guy.
Yeah.
But
the scene overseas is so different.
Yeah, I know.
For a rude awakening.
Yeah. But he was showing us like some of the stage design at Wembley Arena and it was insane. Like if I could like my dream set design like production would be that stage. Like he had like a glass like CDJ booth. I was like, not glass, but it looked like it's like metallic.
Yep.
And it like almost looked like the Virgil like CDJs kind of. Dude, it was wild.
Yeah.
And then you had like this like prism like beam.
I love the beams.
And
I
would
would
rather, like a god.
Yep.
A god.
I would rather take away the LED wall and have just lights,
honestly,
than have an LED wall. Like visuals are really cool, and I get it. They're
over
trippy.
them.
I just feel like lights are so powerful.
I love the production here.
The production here is fucking great. And it's like my thing is just a lot of my visuals are like me.
Yeah.
Me orientated, where we like set up a camera and we do like visuals that are just like triggered off the BPM and me and like manipulated. But I definitely have had like conversations like for like the Denver debut headline, for like other headlines and stuff, like to start growing this concept where like there's no LED wall. Like it's only lights and like honestly, like I just, that's all I want.
That's what I feel like. Okay, maybe it's because I'm such an ADHD doll that I'm like, if I'm at a show, I'm like, if the music's really, really good, you don't need an LED wall.
No.
Like, just show me like a strobe.
Show me use an LED wall.
Like, look at Fred Again's show. Did you see it? It's insane. I didn't. It's no just LED. Colors, like flashing colors and like visuals from his album. And then like you could see the outline of him like doing his like live set. Like it was crazy. And it like it's just like straight.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's not $5,000.
People can just like enjoy the music. They don't have to be like, whoa, the LED.
It's not how many lasers and how many lights and how many bright visuals that are gonna like fucking give you a heart attack.
Less is more.
Yes. How much CO2? How much confetti? How much
fire?
Fire?
Would be crazy, like just with strobes and like
like light thing. Like I love her soft design too. Like she does have LED.
She did a really good job with that.
The box and then like.
Where 1975.
Where I had her here, like she had like the lights, I think the prism lights kind of that were just kind of like down all through like stripped warehouse vibes. And it was very cool. And I just feel like lights are like so powerful.
Yeah. I think it's like also when it's like too much going on all at once, it can be really overwhelming.
Yeah.
If your music isn't like my music, a lot of what I've been making is like really like it's like calming, but like it's like feel good and like you can still like dance to it. Like like I'm really inspired by a lot of Fred Again stuff. I literally love him. He's like I literally cried at the first night. I was like, stop, I can't. But that whole like just like really simplistic like visuals and lights and everything is cool.
I think that like simplicity is the way if your music's good enough. And like it's not even like if your music's good enough. Like music is good, like music is biased. Like you just have to believe in yourself. And I think like a lot of like DJs like mask themselves and like not only literally, but like they overcompensate in like all this production. So like I don't know. It's just like I just like don't want fans who are like fucking dying on Molly. Like that's just like not my like that's like not my fan base I'm trying to curate, where it's like I just want, you can tell when people like care about the music or when they're so fucked up that like they don't even care. Like I remember going from being like a resident to like playing club shows and stuff and like doing these tours where I was making such little money, where it was just like, I mean, I'm not even retaining 30% of the crowd. Like this is great. Like I rather play in a 200, 150 cap room where all people want to be there and like maybe they don't know who I am, but like they love the type
they're
of
interested
for, or like it is a small cap headline and they're interested, than a 5,000 cap massive club where no one could give two shits.
Yeah, and they're all like rolling.
Yeah, and they're all lit. Yeah, which is fun, and like I love that too. It's super fun, but there has to be like a balance because like doing that forever.
Well, you want people to enjoy your art. You don't want them to just like come to your shows to be fucked up.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and like I talked to like Nitty Gritty about this, where he like rebranded to Nitty, and like he's also in Side Piece. He doesn't co-produce for Everybody and the Brother. Like, literally. And, you know, we were talking about feeling artistically fulfilled, which I think is a lot of the reason why, like, you and me and, like, a lot of people I talk to aren't really, it's not that we're not sure. It's just that we are really invested in figuring out what we're most passionate about.
Yeah, you're in it for the long run. I don't need, like, this instant gratification because I've seen people, like, I know a lot of, not even DJs, athletes, like friends, like people who reach success so fast and then they're just like, okay, well, what now? And it's
What
like the
now?
saddest thing ever because like
we're so young. Like,
I want to work a long time and like I want to keep going. Like obviously, like I feel like success is very like it's just different to everyone. Like there's always like people you think that like they've made it, they don't feel like that. Like people are always, and I never realized it was like that, but like I've seen it with enough people where it's like, okay, like my ex is like, I won this championship. Like, what do I do now? Like, I don't know. And it's like, I was like, no, like that's valid. Like you're still the same person.
You have to be happy with your own life though. Because I think a lot of people, exactly what you just said, they sacrifice and they sacrifice and they sacrifice. And whether it's like not having a significant other, not having friends, not spending time with your family, not doing things that you love that aren't necessarily associated with your career. And then you reach these goals and it's either what's next or you reached a goal, Red Rocks.
It doesn't feel like anything.
That it's like you've worked towards your like whole life and then it goes, okay, well, what do you do now?
That's literally how I felt.
But if you
I was like, what do I do?
Yeah. But if
did I peak?
Yeah. No, literally. And it's definitely like a mind battle where it's definitely not true. But if you don't have people around you that are supporting you and there for genuine reasons, which I've dealt with, I'm sure you've dealt with, like it's not a fun experience. And that's the saddest thing that I saw from a lot of people that I looked up to during COVID is they were very transparent in the fact that they felt like they had no one. Because they weren't touring, they weren't going club to club, they weren't like everybody's like, oh my god, we're best friends, you're guest listing me, like da da da. And they were at home in their bedroom and they had no one checking up on them. And it's like, I don't want my life to be like that.
No, hell no.
Like even if it takes me longer to get where I'm going, like I want to have people around me that like love and support me and do the things that like they want to do that like are of best interest to me because I think that just comes like far and few between in the music industry. And it's cool because in LA, like you do have the girl gang girls, like you have Jeannie, you have
I literally love them. Those are my girl. We have a little group chat over our little LA like girlies, but it like is quite literally the funniest group chat I've ever seen. Like whenever any of us ever get like fucked over by guys because we're all single except for Jeannie. But like anyways,
not with who she's.
No, I'm gonna. Yeah, you should. But no, we always like we'll just like spew to each other about like what's going on, and they're like, "Do you want us to go egg his house?" Like we literally will. Like, and they'll just be like, "This is him." Like it's actually really probably not nice, but like it's really funny. Like those girls are like because they get it. Like they are in the same like mental place I am. Like it's like a mind fuck. Like being in like a. I mean, I know a lot of other women are in other fields, but like being in like such a.
I mean, people have crossed the line and I'm in a very public relationship. And I think that's made it easier for me because I was in such an elementary place when I didn't have Wes, which was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, and it still happens. And it still happens, you know, but it's very much so like you're making an ass out of yourself when you try and step
happened to me the second show I ever DJ'd. The owner of the club, like awful. Yeah, it's like okay, why didn't you just book me?
Kyle's like a white Rick Ross, like
dude, he's so funny.
If anything ever happens, if anything ever happens to me,
definitely
I'm literally just like Kyle, like you need to beat them up. Like
no, Kyle's actually like if like I would be scared of Kyle. Like
I would too. He's a teddy bear. He definitely is a teddy bear, but I think when it's needed, he steps up.
Yeah,
he does.
He gets it. He'd be like a. I also like love coming to play here because he's obviously already there, so he's like
he takes
kind of
everything.
TM duties, but like he doesn't really need to do that. But like it's nice to know he's like okay, no more shots until halfway through your set. Like
it's so funny.
He's like I feel like my second dad. It's like he's great.
Well, it's like with the Red Rocks thing. It's like again, I think girls are really like self-sufficient. Like I definitely don't need him like on like show days. Like, obviously I need him in other facets, but when he's there, like I feel like he manages like me and like other
so you're not stressed
to try and take stress off.
He'd be a really good TM.
He'd be a phenomenal TM. I mean, he's a great manager. It's just like he
does it all.
He's been in like the talent industry and like running this club for so long that he gets how it's supposed to go, and there's no questions about it. And if I have a problem, you forward Kyle's number. You don't have to think about it. Oh my God. He dealt with all of my family, which literally almost gives me a heart attack. And like, he dealt with all of them. And I just gave him a big hug and I was like, I owe you a cake. Like,
literally a cake.
Yeah. And he's great at it. And I just don't think I've worked with people who are not great at it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And they're just there to party. And it's like, no, like, you're going to do a motherfucking job. If I'm paying you a commission, like, you are working for me. I don't care if that's $100 or $1,000.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Well, he's great. Shout out Kyle. I asked him, I don't know what he's doing tonight.
Shout out Kyle. He's coming.
Is he? What? He said he was going to a comedy show. I kind of wanted to take him to like a pub or something.
He's probably moving after. I want to get him a little cake.
I want to see him like super drunk. I don't think I've ever seen him.
I don't think he really drinks. He doesn't drink like when I first met him.
Really?
Like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind.
Maybe he will tonight because it's his birthday. A lot of 11 people are coming because it was his birthday.
I know. Becca's coming.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm going to see Becca before I see you. We're going to do something.
Okay.
I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something.
Well, it should be fun.
I know. Temple's a fun club to play.
Dude, I know.
It'll be packed. Everybody's dressed up.
Denver, like, they get it. Like, Denver gets electronic music. Like, if I played a club like this in Houston or, like...
Do you feel like LA gets it? Or it gets it in a different way?
LA gets it. It can't be, like, H-Wood Club or anything like that. Like, it would have to be, like... Because that's the thing is, like, LA, you have, like, H-Wood Group, which is, like, Boa and, like...
Are those like bottle tables?
Yeah, it's like we're all. It's like I don't know if I'm butchering this, but I think it's like Hyde and like all like One Oak and stuff. I don't know if it's all H-Wood, but it's like the like super like OG bottle service clubs. Like they only play rap and hip hop, and like they'll play like
bougie, like
but
you're
then
not
there's
getting in kind of clubs.
Yeah, but then like there's the whole other side of LA. Like it's literally one or the other, which is like underground kind of like. I feel like Winston House is kind of like that in Venice, but they also do like live shows. So it just depends. But like, there's definitely nothing like this in LA besides like Exchange and like more of the like it's just like only hard ticket stuff. Yeah. So that's why I love this club.
Yeah. It's great. And I feel like Denver just has like so much stuff.
They get it.
They get
the vibes.
Yeah. And they have something for everybody and everybody can go somewhere and have a really good time no matter where they're at. Yeah. And it's just a cute place. Like it's fun. Like, it's very fun.
I can't believe Tail Bus got canceled. Yeah. I saw that and I was like,
yeah. But are you gonna go?
No. Just like I didn't realize it was the same night. I was like, damn, I would have loved to go.
I mean, it's crazy because the Red Rock show I played, Lost Frequencies played direct for Griffin. Mm-hmm. And Lost Frequencies can do a headline.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that like with these foreign acts, the one thing about Denver is like certain acts just like don't pop here. Like people just like couldn't give two shits.
Yeah.
And I think it was an accumulation of the weather and just like the style of like they're really like trance housey kind of. Yeah. But like the visuals are everything and everything. It's like you can't move that to a smaller venue. Like it's made for Red Rocks. Like it's supposed to happen at Red Rocks. And would it still have been fun? Would it still have everybody dressed up? Yeah. But I think it like
how is Tail of Us gonna do Red Rocks? Isn't there like a thing that goes over it?
Yeah, they had to they would have to skill out everything. There's no way. They're not gonna take the top off fucking Red Rocks.
Unless they like made a whole stage in front of it, but that wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. They could make the stage in
Mission would be cool. I feel like they could do Mission.
Mission would be cool. I mean, Mission would.
I'm surprised they were playing here.
I'm curious if Madion's gonna get moved because Madion's tomorrow. If Madion's they won't move him to Mission because he's sold out. They'll move him to another date. So, but yeah, we got hit. Like it's fucking snowing.
I know. I wonder.
It's supposed to snow.
It's dark. Why is it? It's supposed to snow
all night. But it'll be fine. Denver people get it. Like they're not gonna not go out because it's snowing. It's
no, Denver people are crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna see like people in Halloween costumes. Like
no, it snows like this, and they drive up the 70.
Yeah.
Down the pass.
Yeah.
And people are sliding
on Loveland,
and they're like, "Let's go snowboarding, dude!" Like,
yeah, that's what I did without fucking snow tires.
Dude, I miss that. I miss that so much about Colorado.
Did you go to Eldora?
Yes, but like low key, then that like there was like an accident that happened there, so I was like kind of scared to go. But yeah, I know. But I loved going up to Keystone. I always have friends that would like be down to go, and then like in LA, I'm like, guys, it's snowing at Big Bear, like let's go, and they're like, huh? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no. People get it here. Like Keystone is like, I love Keystone because it's close. You can get there in an hour and like 10 minutes, hour, 20 minutes, get back. It's great. I mean, season's here.
Dude, I used to go in between classes. I would obviously end up skipping, but like I would have made it back. Like
never make it back.
Well, like I would go to class and then like I would go to class in like my like fleece and like whatever. And then I'd have like my board and like my
I wear snowboards like clothes around.
Eldora was easy. And then I come back, I'm like, oh, I have class in 2 hours, but I'll just skip it, you know.
Yeah. I went
Sorry.
hiking a lot.
My feet hurt.
Near Eldora this year. So
Where?
Lucis. Literally like parallel to it. Like literally, like you could see the runs from the mountain we were on. It's like right in the Netherlands, like right past that little town.
I didn't even realize they had like a Woodward Park there.
It's super cute.
It's small, but it's like not that.
Then you have the dam
Basin.
Goes and falls down.
I didn't see the upper. I think I went like twice, and I was fairly tipsy.
Yeah,
times,
it's the only way you go. A Basin's the same way. That's the
apparently it opens on Sunday.
Bro.
But you know damn well it's gonna be fucking
it's gonna be this much snow,
and it's
gonna
sardines.
be every single level of rider, and it's literally gonna be your snowboarding on the ground.
No, you're gonna be like just. Cruising.
I don't want to go until like November.
Dark. Well, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what we did at like Keystone last year. Is we went. I literally think we went before Halloween to Keystone last year. It was
Aren't
open.
they usually open?
They are.
Is Keystone open?
No,
I love.
It's not yet. I think it probably opens between.
They do a good job of doing like the early. Like,
they do. They try and control because they do school norm, which is the 3.5.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how you see it build over like the season where like the terrain will change. It's just so fun. That's how I met so many people from Florida. It was literally on gondolas.
Dude, a lot of people from Texas, like that's the reason I was so comfortable with transferring to Boulder. A lot of people from Houston would do spring break in Breckenridge or Vail.
Yeah.
And so I would come up here every spring break and do spring break in Beaver Creek. And then,
see, I really want to go to Beaver Creek.
Yeah, it's super nice.
It's like, I've heard it's wonderful.
It's definitely like family vibes. It'd be great for like a couple. Yeah, you know. Yeah, you go with your boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go.
However,
we only did Keystone and Breck last year.
Yeah,
but I went like 50 times.
I think if I'm planning a trip sometime.
Let me know. I'll meet you up there.
I want to go to Aspen.
Do you snowboard or do you ski?
Snowboard.
If you go to Vail, I'm there.
I know. Vail is like definitely a ski mountain.
Yeah, I know.
But
they have back rolls that are really fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you can do it as
well, I was just talking about this with my friend in the car. I was like, it's crazy because I realized when I lived here, like I actually really enjoy snowboarding. I never enjoyed it when I'd fly up for spring break because I was so like weak from the altitude.
Takes you 3 days.
Hello.
Not even altitude. The altitude paired with you having to remember how to snowboard.
Yeah. So like not only am I weak and fatigued and nauseous from the altitude, because I'm already fatigued all the time because I'm stressed, but like it's fine. And then like remember like the muscle memory. Obviously I know how to remember how to snowboard, but like the better you get though, like the quicker like I was not snowboarding the right way. I had way too small of a board. I recently got a new one that I haven't used yet.
I got a new one this year too.
Haven't used it yet. Wanted to last year, but you know, didn't really get to.
Yeah, come out this year. We'll go.
Oh,
I'm all about it. I like
go. Does Kyle snowboard?
So you know that Kyle used to be a professional skier,
huh?
Dude, I'll show you pictures.
Dude, I need photos.
He used to throw himself off mountain and do these crazy jumps. Like he was in magazines and shit. Yeah. Like slalom skiing and like double skiing, like going like 60 plus miles an hour.
I did not know that.
I saw a picture when Kyle was our age the other day and I was like, is that Kyle?
Wait, what?
That's wild. Kenzie sent it to me or I saw it somewhere on somebody's page. No, he's very legit, but he like doesn't go to the mountain and I don't know if we should make him. You should come here.
We should.
And then we should try go snowboarding with Kenzie.
Like trick him. We could just like put him in the back seat and be like, we're doing a surprise set. Like you have to come with us though.
Yeah.
And like don't look in the back seat. Even though there's skis back there, don't worry about it. Like it's fine.
Don't worry about it, Kyle.
It's fine. He's like,
I'm gonna be you know, South Park.
Yeah.
I'm being Kyle for Halloween.
Oh my god.
You're gonna go see Suicide Boys.
Stop. Wait, that sounds so fun.
At Red Rocks, and everyone's being a member of the South Park crew.
Oh,
Actually, so
your whole
fucking
friend group?
good. Yeah.
Stop. How are you doing that? How are you doing that?
Hartman.
John Summit to come.
I know.
What's his what do people say he looks like?
Oh, he looks like
Bro, he literally looks
I think he looks like Stan. He looks like someone. Maybe Butters.
Are you gonna talk like Kyle?
No. I got the little hat.
Cow.
But I have green hair, and then I got a green turtleneck and a orange
Stop.
hoodie, and it's gonna be so good. South Park, Red Rocks, you're
That's
in
such a-
Colorado.
I'm like I'm a creative person, but when it comes to Halloween, I overthink it.
I do too. And then you have to
can't do it.
My boyfriend's good at
Hence
it.
why I literally
He
like,
looked at
had
me
to
the
get
other
to
day.
parties
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Well, no, it's not from parties.
I just wanted to be
Hogwarts,
comfy.
Yeah.
I feel like onesies are the best way to be like, I'm dressed up.
I'm
but
thinking
just
of
wanna
going
be-
and getting one. I feel like that's the best thing to DJ in the night.
You should.
But I also don't want to look like. I guess I don't.
It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
Halloween. Everyone's gonna be dressed up.
That's valid.
If Snake Ships doesn't help.
Snake hips.
If Snake Hips doesn't dress up, they're gonna be like,
Well, they messaged me. They're like, "Are you dressing up?" And I was like, "I really don't want to." They're like saying, "But we don't want to be lame." So
so then they're gonna dress up. So then you need to dress up. So everybody fits the mold. I'm gonna be behind you on stage.
dude, do you have the new iPhone? No.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna have you take my phone. I got the new iPhone. Okay,
Oh my God,
I'm not bragging. I had an upgrade. It was
I'll
really
bring my
cheap.
sunglasses. No one knows.
The camera is insane.
Really?
Like you can zoom in 5
The
times.
Google phone and Android phone has always been better than this iPhone.
Okay, well,
Hopefully, you'll prove me wrong.
I'm an Apple girl. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
sorry about it.
I have an Apple too. I just don't feel like it takes as good as videos as
The
those.
videos, are
But I know if you
crazy.
prove me wrong, I don't have a new phone. I haven't had
And
anybody
literally
ask me.
all to give you my phone. So I really shouldn't have my phone up there.
No,
Like there's
I'll
no
take
reason
it.
for it.
I'll say Kyle.
When I played at Red Rocks when I opened last year, I brought my phone up there. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take a video. And then I was like the whole time I'm like, why would I pull out my phone right now? Like when all these people can
I
see
did
me.
the lights. I did the.
Well, was it dark? You played
I played.
okay, I played in the spring.
You
so
played.
it's still
Oh
light.
yeah, it was still light. Okay,
Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
I was like, I don't want to be like, taking
Yeah,
a
no, it
video.
doesn't make sense. It's gotta be.
Yeah,
It's
and I
gotta
had
be
Ty there, so
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah, Tyler's the shit.
He's coming tonight.
Sometimes I can't afford him, but Tyler's.
I love
I like Tyler.
I'm only
But I
playing an
can
hour
afford you.
tonight. So
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
He's always great. He did.
I know.
When I did my the foam and Wonderland parties, he did those
at the
Western.
Western.
Yeah, the Western complex. Best, one of the best.
Dude, I can't
photos I've
go
ever
there.
gotten.
I'm allergic to horses.
It smelled like shit. And
Yeah,
that's
it
because
smells-
smelled like
Well, I
filled
went-
with foam.
I went to the film 3 years ago that Arm & Hammer and Adventure Club played.
Oh, that's fine.
And we were like, why does it smell like manure?
yeah.
And we're like, oh, it's a horse arena. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's the only
So-
place that will allow like this.
They don't have like heat or AC, do they? So
That's where the supernatural thing is.
no, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally tradition show.
But it'll warm up.
It will.
I would smell probably awful, but it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so you're playing Temple tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You just put out a new song. What's some stuff coming up that you're excited for?
That's a good question. I had a bit of change of plans with my release schedule. Like 2 different songs aren't coming out anymore. But that's okay.
It's okay.
So honestly, right now I'm working on an EP. Been working on a couple of collabs. Not sure where those stand right now, but we'll see. You know. But yeah, we're just vibing. Honestly, I just finished up this one track that honestly is like the same kind of vibe wavelength as Running was.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get somebody to sing on it and cut vocals as a feature, because that is one thing that when I can't get somebody to be the feature, it looks like I'm singing.
Yeah.
Which I don't sing. I mean, I can, but I don't want to.
It's funny. I always wonder if that happens with guys because
It doesn't.
I do sing,
It
but I
doesn't.
also have features, and I'm like, do you ask your favorite guy producer when there's
People
a
don't
guy
ask
singing if he's
Diplo
singing?
who's singing on his songs.
Yeah.
Oh, was that you? Diplo?
Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, it's fine.
It's
I
a
get
girl
it.
thing. It's 100%.
Yeah,
girl
I mean, it's totally. I get why. Like, it's fine, but it's annoying.
It's
so.
annoying. It is.
Yeah.
Gotta get that feature.
Yeah, so that's sometimes like holds stuff back a little, trying to find vocalists. Like usually I have a lot of demos ready. I am super particular about the kind of vocal. That's why I don't want to sing, because like I want something really bright and airy and like raspy, and I used to do theater. Yeah. So it's not necessarily that vibe.
Yeah, not that vibe.
However,
it's like the Wicked vibe.
Yeah. Like I literally can sing that whole soundtrack. Yeah. It's probably awful, but
God, I love that.
That's my shit. Fucking Adina Menzel. Yes. I'm not her. I'm not comparing myself to her, I promise.
I am.
Wait, low-key I'm her right now.
I know. It's great.
Bro's literally her.
That's honestly such a good, like, I can't believe Spirit had that. It doesn't look like something like Spirit would have.
Really?
No. That and the broomstick.
Well, I got this from Hogwarts.
What I'm saying though is like,
it's not really giving Hogwarts though. They don't wear.
Do you even need? It is giving Hogwarts.
Well, this is the Nimbus.
Like the fucking things that they give people.
This is the Nimbus 6000 2.0. So this is just for the vibes.
That's gonna be the promo clip. Literally, that whole thing is. That's gonna be it, and then I'm gonna dub you over with the Harry Potter theme song.
No,
they all walk into
literally. You need to like poorly Photoshop me onto like this like a behind
playing me. What is it, Quidditch? Is that
really? I'm like,
I love it. I feel like you don't even need to go get a Halloween costume.
Honestly, I would go get a Hogwarts costume.
Yeah, and then keep the broom.
I feel like when you're married.
Yeah, keep the broom, keep the hat. We're trying to scarecrow.
Yeah,
because you didn't take the hat off. I'll give it a receipt.
But the makeup could be really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna do makeup on my face for later. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, because like I'm supposed to be like a gremlin, but I don't really want to look like a gremlin. I want to look like a cute gremlin.
Well, you look cute. It's fine.
I know,
it's kind of
like
giving Carrie the platypus a little bit.
It's cute. Like red lips, like maybe braid my hair or something.
I was thinking about being like, I could just like wear all black and wear like shades, but I forgot my trench coat, so that's not gonna work anymore. I was trying to be the, what's it called?
Oh, from the Matrix.
Yeah.
But that could have been cool.
That's kind of like a half-ass costume.
Yeah, it is. This is way better. Or if you get like something more committed. Commit. You gotta commit.
I know.
Even if you're committing to the onesie, you have to fully commit.
I know. I could just be like put on a vest and be Fred again, but
don't do that.
That's like so
don't be the LA fuckboy either.
No, like literally. You wear the Arctic's beanie.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
That would strike a chord with several LA fuckboys. I don't know them.
If you were in LA,
I don't know them.
If you were in LA, it'd be one thing. If you're here,
they wouldn't get it. They're like,
they won't get it.
I know it's
like,
cold out.
Skater?
Yeah.
They'd be like, are you bundled up?
Yeah. Also, half my costume will be hidden with the stage. So
exactly. That's so true. That's why I feel like the hat is so good.
But how do I listen to my mix?
You got to put the headphones around here
and just do.
Yeah. The sacrifice for the cost.
Double chin.
Even if you get the Harry Potter costume, what are you going to wear? Or on your head?
I don't know, dude.
You gotta do something.
I could just be like a TM and wear all black.
No.
I know.
If you do that,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work because we're.
Keep it on my ones.
Yeah, you're right. I want to be Prison Mike. That's what I need. I need to go get a purple bandana. That just came to me. Purple bandana, dress shirt, and a tie. And I'm Prison Mike. I'm Prison Mike. It's gonna be me.
Literally dying. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Of course.
I really appreciate you. I'm probably gonna do this. And I feel like we had more to talk about this time, so it was good.
I know. I'm excited.
It was like less story time, like more like career.
Less shit talk.
Yeah, less shit talking. We shit talked a lot of time.
I know.
Yeah, we shit talked a lot last time. But I love you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Halloween episode, guys. Bye.